What's up, y'all? Floated here with another video today. Listen, man, I've been waiting to drop this video for a hot minute, man. Today we covered fire tanking. It's gonna be an in-depth video. So check the time description for what you're looking for. We're gonna cover multiple builds, how to fire tank, what power does what, and all that good stuff. You can tell by title, it ain't clickbait. So you want to fast forward to that, you go ahead if you want to, but if you're a beginner, go ahead and stick around, learn a few things. But let's get to it, right? So first we're gonna cover our generator mods. We're gonna do health and resto, and then for your rig, do whatever. Prec or might. Most people are might, so we're gonna do might. We're gonna do health and resto for our A and B mods, and then I have the rejuvenating escape mod, which is healing when you use a group breakout, and then I have auto breakout for my D mod. All right, for our allies, we got John Constantine. He's the best combat ally in the game. Provides a defense buff, a might buff for you and the group. So you benefit a lot from this defense buff as a tank. So that's really good combat ally. If you don't have John Con, you missed out. You got Static. He gives you a little shield, reduces damage. So that's pretty good. Shazam's another option. He provides healing. He does a little heal move to heal you. So that's not bad. And you got Death Metal Batman. Applies a debuff for the target or on the target. So there's a few options for your combat ally. For support ally, we're rocking with Lex and Superman. If you don't have either one of these, Batman Who Laughs is a great ally for fire tanks. Why? Because if you look at luck of the draw, let me see, can I scroll over? All right, that's good. For luck of the draw, draw around a card and gives you a buff. So it's 4 different cards. So the one that benefits you a lot as a fire tank is the Batman. It provides a dominance and a resto buff, 5%. You got a critical chance buff, 7.5%. That applies to your healing. So your heals are going, you have more crits when you heal. So that's pretty good. And then you have a 10% health buff for fire tank. So health is going to benefit us a lot. And then you got power regeneration. You know, that's okay. It's solid. You know what I'm saying? But 3 out of 4 cards are really good for fire tanks. And some other options you have, you got Superboy, gives you a defense buff. A cheap option right here, calculator bot, really good for a 5-star ally. So it's real cheap, heals 10% of incoming damage, cooldown 20 seconds. So that's pretty solid for a cheap ally. And then you got Poison Ivy, applies a debuff. Then you got Queen Diana that applies a debuff as well. So there's a few options that you got for your allies, but for the most part, Lex, Superman, and Batman Who Laughs will be the top 3 allies I recommend for fire tanking. All right, so let's break down fire just a little bit. You know, let's understand our power just a little bit more, right? So we can go to traits, go to fire, then we go to level 10. So if you don't know, usually at level 10, it can kind of gives you a breakdown what your support role is, everything you need to know, right? It's going to be here at level 10. And sometimes at the very top has extra stuff. You have like mechanics within your power. Let's say it up here and break it down a little bit more. But for fire, everything's here at level 10 for tank role. So if you read it, let's see, in tank stance, you get 50% health and 50% incoming healing. So it kind of lets us know what kind of tank we are, right? We're a health and resto tank. You know, it doesn't show that, you know, increased defense by dominance or anything like that. So it shows those are 2 primary stats. Usually most tanks have 2 primary stats to look at. This is going to be health and resto. So what else we got? We gain fire soul, and let's see what fire soul does. So gain 35% defense while not blocking as you directly damage burning enemies. This bonus is increased up to a maximum 60% defense while not blocking. So pretty much what this is, the more you damage burning enemies, the higher your defense goes. And it has a cap to it. So there's like no other way to increase your defense as fire besides damaging burning enemies. So we can increase our health and resto up as much as we want to. It looks like our defense is capped off. So yeah, that's gonna be what fire is. So let's demonstrate the defense real quick. So we come over here, look at our defense. It's 936k, and let's see, I burn them, give them 2 taps, 1 mil, right. Okay. So it maxes out at 1 mil and 98k. So that looks like that's gonna be the max for our defense. Yep, it maxes out right there. So it doesn't take much to get your defense up. You can wait and see how many hits it takes. It look like it doesn't take that many hits to get your defense. So wait till our defense to drop. All right, it's back down to our base. So let's burn them. And let's do 1 weapon combo. And it's back at max. So it doesn't take that many hits to get your defense up to the max. So that's pretty easy to understand, right? Look like it's about 5 hits. So after you start burning them, you get your max defense. Pretty simple, right? Cool. All right, so for our skill points, I'm gonna show you how to spec for fire, which is skill points. I think it's the best spec. I'm gonna start with 0 skill points, and I'm gonna work my way up, to fill up all the stats and stuff like that. So however many skill points you have, just spec accordingly. And let's go ahead and get started. So we go to our weapons, and just put 1 in here. If you want to do your weapon mastery, go ahead. I'm just do 1 for the sake of the video. Your movement mode, grab your breakout innates. Grab all of these. And then iconic power for the sake of the video, I'm gonna just grab 1. I'm gonna just grab magma. Then your stat points, this is the most important part right here, right? So you got hybrid and superpowered. It's your 2 options right here. Now I'll say go superpower if you're beginner tank or a weaker tank, probably gonna be spamming your powers a lot more to heal yourself and stuff like that. So I say go superpowered. Hybrid, the reason why we're going hybrid, because see that 5% dominance and 5% resto to the side. That's what we're here for, right? I don't have any power issues with hybrid, so I go hybrid. I'm good with power, so that's why I go hybrid and get the extra stats too. Now usually here we usually do the 10-10 method for the healing chance and healing magnitude, but we're fire and we're healing tank, so we need all this right here. So go ahead and put that 20 in the chance and put that 40 into healing magnitude. If you don't know what this is, critical healing chance is how often your heals crit, which are going to be the bigger numbers. And then out of those bigger numbers that you do get, this is going to make your numbers even bigger with the critical healing magnitude, right? So that's why we do that. So with our skill points in here, we're going to go into health. So I'm going to put 100 into health. All right, so we got 100 into health. Then from here, we're going to put 100 into the resto. Oops, went too far. All right, so we got 100 in health, 100 in resto. Remember, we're a healing tank and a health tank. So healing and health, which is going to be resto and health right here. Then for our next 100, we're going to put it into dominance. We're just going to put that 100 in here and nothing more, because we're going to get that 10% dominance boost, which is going to help with our shields and helps a little bit with your healing. So real quick, let's go to our stats. And if you look at your dominance, it's a formula for your shield strength and the formula for your healing. So shield strength is going to be 150% dominance and 112% restoration for your shield strength. So that's why we get an extra 10% to help out with shield strength and a little bit with the healing as well. It's the same thing for resto, it's just swap. Obviously the resto is going to play a bigger factor into healing more the dominance, and it's vice versa for shield. So let's go back to our spec. So we got 100, 100, 100. So from here, we're going to max out our health. So we're going to do that. And then our rest of our skill points, we're going to dump into restoration. So unless you got more skill points than me, just continue to dump into restoration. And then if you got any more than that, and you got choices to go into dominance or might power if you have more than me. So, but for the most part, you're going to max out your health and then put the rest into your restoration. I'm about 8 short from maxing this out. So if you got any leftover, max this out, and then you can go to the back into dominance or your might and power. But for the most part, max out health. Health needs to be maxed out after you do the 100-100 method, and then put the rest in the restoration. Like I said, we're a health and healing tank. That's what we need to focus on. Dominance is like a last resort. It's not going to do that much by putting any more into dominance. It's not going to make us that much better. But putting more into health and putting more into rest will make us a lot better as a fire tank. So that's how you're going to spec as fire. And yeah. Just real quick, I forgot to throw this in the video when going over my stuff at the beginning. But we're going to do health and dom for all our origin augments. Just do your health and dom for fire, and then for head augments, I like to do one health and dom head, and then one resto head. So one green, one purple. Your whole body should be purple. So that's it. You know, I forgot to do it at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna throw it in somewhere. But yeah, health and dom, body augment, one health and dom head, and one resto head augment. That's how I should say. You know, that's how I spec. But you know, if you want to do two health and dom heads, and it's up to you. I like to do one of each. Get that extra resto. We are a healing tank, and we are a health tank. Don't forget that. But yep. All right, so let's go over our white mods. Now, the most important white mod out of all of these mods is going to be your chest mod. I'm gonna start off with this. This is the most important one. It's a fire tank. Ultimate hardy mod, increase your health by 15%. I'm gonna keep saying this over and over again. We are a health tank and resto tank. What does this do? Increase our health by 15%. I'm just leave it at that. All right. But now, go to our weapon absorption adapter. Head mod, ultimate supercharge mod. We got fortified assault. You know what I'm saying? Increase your defense by 10% while not blocking. And then we got ultimate accelerated powers for our back. Like I said, chest mod. This is the most important one out of every single mod on here. It's probably the most important one. Probably this, and then probably fortified assault. The extra defense does help out a lot. You know, ultimate supercharge helps out, but we're not really spamming supers like that. It's just there to help out. But for tanking purposes, this is the most important one. I'm keep saying it again. Ultimate hardy mod for fire, amazing. Leg mod, it's not really gonna matter. Feet mod, we got tumbling master, and then hands, I got a power channeling right now. You can do max damage, regenerative shielding. I use a power channeling for another build, but I don't really swap it out because it doesn't really make that much of a difference between max damage and regenerative shielding. So it's up to you what you want to do for that. But I'm gonna go back to here again. Ultimate hardy mod, get that. All right. So from here we go to our utility belt. You want to get your breakout trinket. You want to get your health trinket, and you should have got one from your Valentine's event that just passed. It does the same thing as this one. It gives you 5% health. If you don't have that, it's cool. You know, you can put something else, put your henchman in, something like that. I got an orbital in, and make sure you got your chrono emitters. You don't know what chrono emitters does? It stuns the enemies for you. Show y'all real quick. Do that, stuns them, CCs them. That way they're not hurting you. And keeps them in place too as well. All right. So let's go over the arts. I know y'all been waiting for this. Let's go over the arts, man. So we're gonna rock with manacles. We got purple healing ray. That's different. We got last pit. We got purified pages of the black. We got Razor's power battery. So Razor's power battery. This is gonna heal you every 25 seconds. Simple as that. That's the best way to put it. And then, you know, you're always doing healing and you're always doing damage as fire. So it's a free heal every 25 seconds. It does a decent amount of damage too on top of that. But you know, this is a great art for fire. It's a free heal from literally from no health to full that this does proc. And it's gonna proc about every 25 seconds. Purified pages of black. These two synchronize too as well. If you look at Razor's Rage, damage and target lowers your cooldown equilibrium. All self damage taken is reduced by 30%. So you get self damage from here, pages of the black. Razor is going to help reduce some of that damage. So these two, you know, gel well pretty well. But purified pages of black, amazing art. What we're benefiting off of is going to be the 30% restoration and defense that we get at max stacks. And then on top of that, the bonus income and healing is 45% at max stats. Hold up now. Go back here to level 10. What did I say? 50% income and healing. Compare that up with a book. 45%. Man, come on now. Y'all can do the math. That's ridiculous. Anyways, this is going to be your stat buff artifact, extra healing, all that good stuff. Then we got last pit. This is going to be your safety net. In case you get down to 0%, your immortality phase, to where you can't get knocked out. If you do get knocked out, you get a free revive, a self revive every 5 minutes. So good artifact. Skip over this real quick. Go to manacles. Manacles going to absorb all the big hits. Fire has probably the worst defense out of all the tanks, right? But the trade-off is a high health pool. But you pair manacles in to absorb these big hits, kind of balances out, right? So it's an amazing artifact. It lowers the cooldown on your shields too on top of that. So manacles must have. And then purple healing ray. Listen, a lot of y'all probably looking at me like I'm crazy. Purple healing ray for your fire tank. Mix with this, and come on, it's a cheat code. I'm telling y'all right now, it's a cheat code. Now you do need the blue lantern ring leveled up, the flower move. Let's see what it's called. Power and pulse. You do need this. It's a group heal. Obviously, you need a group heal with purple healing ray. Now, if y'all don't know, show you how to activate it real quick. So you need to hit about 3 healing moves. All right, never mind, 4. About 4 healing moves. You get this little purple light, right? Pop this, and get a heal over time. Come on now. Then you get it back again. And it's a cheat code, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's a cheat code. The amount of healing that you can do as a fire tank with this art and this power and this art setup and their spec, it's a cheat code. I'm telling you right now, it's a cheat code. So yeah, with this art, man, like the amount of consistent healing that you can do is it's crazy with fire. Because like I said, we're benefit off the group heal section. So place a heal over time for you and your allies for 8 seconds. Like it's crazy. Like I'm gonna go over Loadout in a second, man. Like look how much healing I can do. I'm not even gonna pop a shield. Then our healing in and received is crazy, bro. From book and just being a fire tank to healing in. You got purple light, and then you got razor art just hitting you every 25 seconds, bro. Like the heals are coming in like crazy right now. And I ain't even popped the shield. So you really cannot die as fire, bro. You cannot die. You got purple light again. Get a heal over time. And razor's probably finna proc here pretty soon. Like it's crazy, bro. And it's a strong heal too. The group heal is a strong heal. I ain't pop all my moves either. And you got razors proccing. So like the amount of healing you can do with this is crazy as fire. All right, so that was the healing build setup as far as my arts. So we can go over the loadout real quick. We got engulfed. This is going to be your pull. We got stoke flames. Stoke flames is a healing over time. It also burns enemies. We got backdraft. It's a 360 pull and it heals. If they're burning, you get even more healing in. A power and pulse, we just went over this. This is going to be your group heal, but it also is a strong heal for you, and it activates the purple healing ray. We got life shield. This is one of your strongest self shields we have in the game. This and hard light shield. It's a really strong shield, and it heals you too when it breaks. We got magma vortex. This is going to be a 360 pull. It applies to PI. Gives you 10% defense. It's a real good power. 12-second cooldown, and it heals you too. Heals you on top of that. So healing and 10% defense. One of the better iconics. People sleep on this iconic for the tank role, especially at the time when it came out. Like I said, hard light shield, another strong self shield. One of the strongest in the game. We got burning determination. So this is pretty much going to activate by, you gotta have people punching on you to activate the extra heals from it. So if you just pop it one time, you're not going to see anything unless you got enemies punching on you. The more they punch on you, the more you heal. And I got exobyte steel here, and I'm just playing around. Like I said, I've been playing around with my tanks with exobyte steel. It's pretty solid. I use it on boss fights, the exobyte steel, and I'm only using it for the stat buff And I usually get the second tier, the 36% defense, dominance, and resto. Hey, the extra resto, dominance, and defense helps out a lot. You know, 12 seconds is pretty cool. You know, we got magma applying the PI. I believe is what crush that we need. We need crush, and then we have the stabilizer. We have a Chronos in. You got crush and stabilizer right there. And then obviously, if depending on your group and what they're running PI wise, you might get all 3 stacks, and you might get that 54% defense, dominance, and resto. But the 36%, I'm cool with that as well. So it's a pretty solid move. I only use it on boss fights. And yeah, we got Beacon of Hope. This is just a heal over time field that you can just stand in and just get heals in. Simple as that. We got Burnout. This is gonna be your group breakout. It heals you too as well when you do pop it. And we got Surge and Barrier. Surge and Barrier is gonna give you a shield when you pop it. It's a 30% reduction shield, but it fills up your whole power bar. So if you do happen to run out of power, remember, respect hybrid. So if you just happen to run out of power for whatever reason, the control went down, you can pop Surge and Barrier and you get your power bar all the way filled back up. So it's very good, and you get immunity too. So this is my my loadout setup, and it's pretty simple. A few tricks I should say. When you do use Magma Vortex, you're usually using this when you want to group in a couple of ads together, and then you pop this and clip it with Burning Termination. Like I said, Burning Termination deals with how many people punch on you, the more heals you get back. So Magma clipping to Burning Termination is a really good clip. Stoke Flames, just a heal over time. I'm gonna just pop that consistently. So just a free heal over time. Then you got Backdraft, 360 pull. It's a solid heal too as well. What else we got? Go ahead and pop Magma, and then just pop Exobyte Steel. That way you get your buff. So you do that, and then you got Beacon of Hope, just a heal over time field. Pretty solid. And then you got your group breakout. Well, wait till my health go down a little bit. I guess I can step out. Group breakout. Get you a little heal right there. And if you have Superman ally, get you a little shield too. Damage reduction shield. And obviously you got your 2 shields. Your life shield. Then your Heartlight shield. Not gonna pop it, but actually it might override it. I guess yeah, it did override it. You got your 2 shields. So that's pretty simple. And obviously you pull. You group all your ads together. So that's the loadout. Like I said, it's pretty solid. It's a lot of healing going on. I'll tell you what heals you. This 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 heals you. Like you, I don't know how many moves that was just now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 moves. 7 out of your 12 moves heal you, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, man. You know, you got 2 shields, well 3 if you count the supercharge, but 3.5 if you count Burnout plus Superman. So yeah, you shouldn't be dying as fire. Like this loadout, this build setup, art setup, everything, like it's a crazy build, man. It's a crazy build. But nah, that's it for this build. You know, if you got any suggestions or changes that you would probably do, let me know. If not, hey man, try it out, have fun with it. You know, I know a lot of people don't have purple healing ray on their tanks, but if you do got a wolf pack and you got multiple healers, throw it on your tank, your fire tank, and try it out. See if you like it. I enjoy it. I've been having fun. I've been healing. I've been out healing some healers. You know what I'm saying? Been putting them out of business, man. I hate to do it to them, but hey, that's it, bro. I hope y'all enjoy it, man. If not, you know, I'm on to the next build. But before I end this build off, man, let me show you how to activate purple one more time, just in case y'all missed it, man. Get some damage going. Got 1 heal move. I'm just use a backdraft for the healing. 2, 3, 4. Let my razor prop get them heals out the way first. All right, that's done. Get that group heal. Let them heals. Look at that. Come on now. Free heal over time. Then I can hit it again. You just rinse and repeat. Just need 4 heal moves. Oh, you know how to process fast. Oh, there it goes again though. and it resets the cooldown too. On top of that, the resetting the cooldown is even better, bruh. Hey man, I'm done, man. I'm done. Hey man, y'all go have some fun with it, man. Try it out, have some fun. I'm on to the next build. All right, so this is my hallway build, pretty much in between boss fights. You know, we're gonna group up a lot of ads and stuff like that. And yeah, let's go over ours real quick. So for the hallway build, we got razors, everyman prototype, last pit, mystic symbol to 7, and purified pit is the black. I already went over purified pit is black and what it does. Mystic symbol to 7 pretty much is when hit by enemy, increases your defense by 5% for each enemy within 5 yards, maximum 20%. So we're probably gonna get 20% defense buff, you know, as long as we got, you know, what, 4 enemies within our radius. So obviously in the hallway is gonna be a lot of ads, so you're gonna get that 20% defense. If not, you know, 15% defense helps out too. So increase healing received by 10%. We're a healing tank, aren't we? This helps out a lot. You know what I'm saying? 10%. I can take that. Regenerate a small amount of health based off restoration each time you're struck by an enemy. Based off restoration. Are we not expecting to resto? I think so, aren't we? Even better. So what, 4 times every second? So you get 4 heals every second. That's based off your resto. So it's a pretty amazing art for hallways. Get some healing in, increase your defense. Then we got everyman prototype. Pretty much what this is, it converts your health into defense based off where your health is at. You know, you got 75, 50% health, 51% health, 50 to 31% health, and 30% or lower health. You know, it goes off your how much health is converted to defense off the different tiers y'all can see. Y'all can read it. So what did we spec into? We spec into health, didn't we? So all this health is being converted into defense. So fire is going to be pretty much, fire and rage are going to be the 2 powers that benefit off everyman prototype like crazy, because those are the 2 powers that has the most health in the game, which is fire and rage. So fire has one of the weakest defense, so this helps out a lot. So we're getting a lot of defense as our health drops. So everyman prototype's amazing art for fire, especially in certain builds and stuff like that. You get a decent amount of health because, you know, your health pool's so high. And then you can drink a health soda too if you have one, and that's going to increase your defense even more too, you know, if it does drop within that certain threshold for the artifact. So amazing art for fire tanks. So this is my hallway build setup. You know, if you can swap some things around if you want to, it's up to you. You got refractor, you got Cersei's mask, you got red tornado if you want to use those, if you have those. I'm not using manacles because, you know, for the most part ads are not really hitting you for 30% of your health. So that's why I'm not using manacles. I mean, if you want to use manacles for the shield cooldown, you can use manacles too, but for the most part, you know, at least this current content, I should say, the ads aren't hitting you for 30% of your health like that. So manacles really serves no purpose for me right now. But obviously if you go back to older content and depending on the ad, you know, they might punch on you for more than 30% of your health. So you might want to throw in manacles for that. But current content, you know, I'm rocking with this. So it's a pretty solid setup for art wise, I should say. Allies, combat really doesn't matter to me. You can put whatever you want for combat, for hallways, because I'm not popping my combat ally in the hallways regardless. So you can put whoever you want. For support, I got Zoom and Superman. Zoom's gonna help me get around a lot faster. On top of that, you get a little supercharge every time you need to pull. So I'm using it for the getting around faster. Your movement mode's increased by a lot. So if you, let's see, look at my feet, it's moving a lot faster than normal. Yeah. You definitely do a little bit of zooming right here with zoom on. So you can definitely get in and out these hallways with zoom. And then you got Superman for your breakout. Pull it to add, hit your breakout, get a little shield. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got from my allies. You know, you can swap out wherever you put Lex in if you feel like you're a little bit more squishier instead of zoom. You feel like, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you are fire with a weak defense, so you don't feel comfortable putting Lex back in. You get that little safety net when you get below 50%. That's an option as well. Like I said, same options as before. Nothing's really changed, but you know, this is just a hallway build, so I mean, now usually these ads are dying fast anyways. You got lasso and you got racer art, so your job is just to group them together, bro. They're gonna be dead in probably 5 seconds, honestly. So that's that from a hallway build. And yeah. All right, so this is another build I have. I'm gonna call this my tanky tank loadout. This is the loadout you want to use if you're liking some harder content. I took out purple healing ray, put in everyman prototype to get extra defense and stuff like that going on. Everything's still the same. The allies is still the same. So you got everyman and Lex. So you know you getting all the defense as possible as fire right now with those two equipped. So you should hold your own definitely for sure in harder content as fire with all the extra defense you're getting. Allies still the same. You use the same exact loadout from the purple healing ray section. You use the same exact loadout from that. Now I have this loadout here for people who don't have like the newer stuff, the new iconics, the FOMO items, you should call it. But yeah, this is a loadout for like people who have the basic stuff. So I'm gonna go over real quick. We got engulf, stoke flames, backdraft, burnout, immolation. Immolation is gonna be another shield. It's a weaker shield. It only absorbs 35% damage taken, so that's why I was using life shield instead of immolation, because they share the same exact cooldown, but this is a lot stronger and it heals you too compared to immolation. But since we can't use that because it's a new iconic move, so I'm gonna use immolation, right? And then we got Heartlight Shield, we got Burning Determination, put Amazon Deflection. You can swap this out for your supercharge generator if you want to. I just kind of put it in there because it's, you know, if you got it's like a last resort move, you'll say that, you know, these two are on cooldown. You don't have any supercharge for your dash attack or Eternal Flame, you know, just go ahead and pop this. Then you got Flashpoint. Flashpoint juggles the ads like that, so it's a 360 juggle. It's pretty solid. Zorpeat's actually pretty good too. This will heal you back up to full health. It's pretty big heals. The only thing bad is it's a channel move, so you can't get interrupted, and you want to use that on boss fights. You don't want to use that in a group of ads. So you got a Zorpeat dash attack. It's a shield. So these two are on cooldown. I would say go ahead and pop that instead. This be your next shield to pop instead of Amazon. I'm gonna just put this right here, your meteor strike supercharge generator. But you know, like I said, you can use Amazon Deflection if you want to, but I'm gonna just do that. It'll probably make a little bit more sense to get a little bit supercharged back so you can get more dash attacks off. And then we got Eternal Flame. So Eternal Flame is gonna pretty much keep you healed up for a good little while. But it's a pretty solid loadout if you don't have any new iconics. But I am gonna show y'all a trick real quick. So we're gonna put in, well, so we already got Superman in, so we're gonna use the other one. So we're gonna see, let me equip Superman, equip. We're gonna use Kryptonian channeling. So as y'all know from earlier, I said I use empowered channeling, right? So with this build, you can increase your defense like crazy. So you get a defense buff from the hand mod itself, 5% defense buff, and then from the ally you're getting another 10%. So you're getting 15% defense just by using the channeling move. And we're going to use this with a Zorpeat. So let's take our Razor. Let's take our Razor and Everyman so we can get a little bit of damage. See how Zorpeat heals you back up. It's only a 3-second cooldown. So you know what I'm saying, this is, you know what I'm saying, for certain boss fights, like single target boss fights, this is amazing. You can really spam this all boss fight. You get that defense buff and you get that free healing right there. Like the healing from Zorpeat is crazy, and you're not going to get, you shouldn't get interrupted out of it because you got the power channeling and Superman mod in. So this is, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of sauce right there if you didn't know, especially if you like under geared and stuff like that. On boss fights, that's a little move right there. Keep you healed up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it right there. Let's actually look at our stats real quick for how much defense we get. So our defense right now, 936k. So if we pop this, goes up to a whole mil just by popping it. So you know what I'm saying, you get a whole mil in defense just by popping it. And you don't, I didn't put book in, so you get extra defense from book too at 30% defense. So that's a pretty decent amount of defense too. And you know, depending where you're at in your health threshold from every man, you get more defense right there. So it's a pretty nice setup right there if you do decide to use that build for your tank. Remember, it's going to be Superman, Kryptonian Channeling instead of Inspiring Breakout, and you pair that up with your Empower Channeling mod, and you can spam Absorb Heat, and you get the extra defense buff. And Absorb Heat heals a lot too, so it's a little cheat code. Especially if you're in harder content and you're a weaker tank, you can keep spamming that. You can keep keeping the heals coming through. So hey, you heard it from me. You know what I'm saying? Or you didn't hear from me, depending how you want to look at it. But yeah, that's another build right there. Like I said, art wise, this is your setup right here for your arts. And then this is the loadout if you don't have any of the new iconics. And this is going to be the loadout if you do have the new iconics and stuff like that. You can swap this out. You can put immolation in instead of exobyte still if you want to. But yeah, this will be the setup. You have the new stuff for your tanky tank build into harder content. Like I said, the same one as your purple healing ray. I just swapped out the arts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so for this build, we're rocking Heart of Isis. It's my Heart of Isis build. So it's pretty much my buff build for myself in the group. So we got Heart of Isis, Scrap the Soul Cloak. This is going to generate more supercharge and give me more supercharge in return once I use the supercharge. Last Pit, Purified Pages, and Razor's Power Battery. Ally wise, we're rocking with Zoom and Flash. Zoom's going to give me more supercharge every time I hit a pool. And Flash is going to give me supercharge in return when I use the supercharge. Now Flash only procs on the Lightning Bolt supercharge for Shazam. And if you don't know how Heart of Isis works, so you got the word Shazam, each letter in the word is its own supercharge, then the last one's gonna be a Lightning Bolt move. So we can go through it real quick. I don't say real quick, but we can read it off real quick for each letter and what it does. So this first S is going to give me health and defense 20%. So actually, let's take off book art real quick so we don't see the extra stats from that. So health and defense, so looking at 2.8 mil for health, and then we're looking at 936k for defense. So let's hit this first S. As you see, my health went up and my defense went up. So you got that, and then you got the H. H isn't going to do anything for me, so you can skip that one. It's the A, damage reduction shield, so that's pretty solid as a tank. So you can go ahead and hit that. Z, this isn't going to do anything for me, so get through that. The next A, we're going to get 15% defense. So let's look at our defense. It's the base 936. So let's hit that. And it's back up to a mil. So that's solid. Let's hit this M. Increase movement speed. So let's look at our movement speed now. Yeah, we zooming. We for sure zooming. That's cool. And then the lightning bolt. Let's see. Tank match 8 max HP to allies based off your HP. So it's a health increase for me and the group. So let's see. Health 2.8 mil. Go and hit that. Oh my god, almost 4 mil health. So And then my group's getting, you know, a health increase too based off my HP. So they should be getting hella health, especially since I'm fire. So that's pretty much how it works. For hard devices build. And yeah, you can kind of just rotate them too, especially you got the flash ally. Oh, too, you have the Gemini. You can throw that in there if you want more supercharge back. I don't put it in my build because I ain't trying to bump heads with the healer. Doesn't make sense to waste a 2.5k heal compared to a 10k heal that he might be throwing out. So I ain't trying to bump heads with him. So, you know, if you want, you can throw it in like in your alert build or something like that. But that's why I don't have it in. But yeah, you can pretty much rotate through all of them. The AM and then lightning bolt. Hell gives up to 4 mil, hit everything at once. Defense 1.2 mil. So yeah, that's crazy. Crazy buff. And you can just rotate them. Especially if your healer's throwing greens too on top of you, you can keep your superchargers up for sure. But yeah, that's how the hard ices build works for this. And it's just a fun build to play with. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hop into a run, just buff the group up. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, that's it for this build. All right, so I'm in elite raid right now. I'm gonna see how long I can last without popping any chronos. Like I said, I don't have no troller with me, so I ain't gonna have no extra power. So should see the supercharge in the face, how it feels with my power. Might need to drink a cola for power, but we're gonna see how long I can last just off my healing, right? This is my purple healing rate build, so I do get a little bit of power back. So let's get into it. We're gonna grab all these guys. What do you mean? Bam. Bam. Come on. Still lasting. Uh-oh. Oh man, pop my supercharge. Was hit by accident. I'm gonna go ahead and call it for some power. It must have proc when I switched trays, loadout trays. It probably proc. I don't remember hitting it. I ended up killing these ads. I'm full tank build. I'm not spec battle tank or nothing like that. But yeah, y'all get the gist of it, man. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and struggle all day with this one ad. Hey, my goal was even to kill these guys. I just want to see how long I could survive, but did it without no troll, no heal. I'm spec hybrid. I'm cooling, man. I ain't pop a single chrono. So, you know, y'all can see how crazy this build is, man. I'm just leave it at that. 56 mil in healing done in that little bit of time. So yeah, man. Y'all see it, man. I ain't gonna sit here and keep going on about it, man. I'm not even in the group. I'm not even getting the buff. I ain't got my troll hitting claw. Give me 7% resto, 7% dominance. You know, so y'all see the build, man. It works. So try it out, have fun with it, man. That's it. Catch y'all later. Peace.